we have been the market leader in 5G in terms of market share. So we have been, of course, contributing to this big and fast rollout during the last 12 months. So India is the second market in terms of sales in the world, as you can read in our Q3 report, representing 15% of the global revenue. So of course it is important, but more importantly than that is the way India is developing as a country. So the opportunity is in the fact that we can give, but also take a lot of learning from India, more than in other places.
Speaking of learnings, one learning that we've had seeing the 5G rollout is that there is a fair amount of motivation at the consumer level to make the transition from 4G to 5G. Are we seeing enough use cases and motivation by the enterprises to also come on board, or is that something that will perhaps need some time to snowball into something bigger?
I think kind of an answer your question directly, right? I think the answer is yes and no at the same time. Of course, 5G infrastructure is there now, but also we have the developers. Also we need to make sure that we can expose the 5G characteristics to the application developer so that they can use, for example, API like quality of service or latency or location to develop their application so that those applications can be consumed by the consumers, but also by the enterprise.
Is there more work that needs to be done to convince enterprises about perhaps the ROI of this entire investment?
I think that in some cases the enterprise can simply use the macro network. So in that case they don't need any special investment, rather than change their ways of working and use a new software stack and new application.
Sure.
In other cases, then they might need private network. And of course, in those cases, this means that the business case is indicating that they can do it. So it varies, it depends.
My one final question in terms of when we talk of 5G, it is marked by a rapid exponential rise in consumption of data. Where is that data coming from in terms of the demand?
I think today, at the end of 2022 actually, in India we had, from a consumer point of view, we had an average consumption of 26 gigabit per consumer, average, out of 800 million mobile broadband subscribers, which is the highest in the world. Now, our prediction for India is that this 26 gigabit will go from 26 up to 62 gigabit in 2028. And the number of mobile broadband subscribers, they will go from 800 million up to 1.2 billion. So it's a double factor of increase. So it is a tremendous, the demand is continuing to increase in India and in the rest of the world.
6G is